I'm back on StreamYard here, giving it another go, okay? Another go. We're gonna see how this time it rolls, alright? Got my hair caught up in my earrings here. But hello, my celestial beings. This is Mystic Storm here to clear the path to a new life with you. I hope that you all are having a wonderful day, evening, whenever you're catching it. And I help people transform their lives. I use divination, astrology, energy healing, and more, right? So I had plans on coming on live today. Then I decided I was like, nah, I'm not feeling it. I'm tired, but I'm here and I made it, and it's the discipline, and I'm thankful. Okay, now let's just get the discipline going in all aspects of life. It's coming so happy Gemini new moon. It is a new moon. I don't know why I said full. Maybe because I feel like this energy is going to be really potent. I am a Gemini rising, so shout out to all my Geminis. Happy birthday, solar return. Shout out to all my Gemini sun, moon, rising, Venus. Okay, it's our time. All right. So I do want to go through what's going on. I guess I should give like an agenda. Okay. So first, before I go into dive right into the astrology, I do want to give you all an update. So I am going to be at an event tomorrow. That is the 17th. So it's a Juneteenth celebration. It's Black on Buchanan here in Nashville. So make sure you check me out. I will be there. It's from I believe 12 to 6. Let me check my calendar. Come on. Or 2 to 6. It might be 2 to 6. No, it's 12 to 6. 12 to 6. Okay. Cool. 12 to 6. And then on the 24th, which you'll see a scrolling banner down here, is for an in-person spiritual retreat. I'm co-hosting with my girl Zaya the Lotus. It is called Rise of the G Code, okay? Since it's close to the summer solstice, which we've agreed now that, we're going to do these for not every turn of the wheel of the year, but the four main ones, right? Solstices and equinox. Okay. So since it's by the summer solstice, we chose the inner child to work with, right? Big Leo energy, even though we're in Gemini season. Okay, I know. And then I think we'll be in Cancer season by that time. Yep, we will. We'll be in Cancer season. So we'll have meditations. We're going to do some Mercury energy healing. We're going to also mix it in with some comedic science. We're going to do the opening of the way. Okay, that's going to be led by Zaya. I'm really excited for that because this is different from me. I'm learning, comedic, but trying to get more into the Egyptian pantheon. I'm really, Ifa, or I guess you could say Ifa, the Orisha, the Orisha pantheon, but trying to correlate them because I always strive to learn. So I want to check the how the live is going on here. Okay. It's not the best quality still. Okay, there we go. I'm looking because we have to work with the okay. Y'all mind me. I'm over here trying to get it together slowly but surely. All right. But we here again, and so for the rise of the G code, let's go back to that. We're gonna have meditation. We're gonna do Reiki. You'll even have a workbook to go to take home. Again, the focus is on the inner child. We'll love to have you there. You can purchase tickets at riseofthegcode.com. Okay. So say if you can't make it, we would love to have you. But if you can't make it, you can always donate a ticket for a lovely sister who, may not have the finances right now to come or, to utilize to come. So, yeah, make sure you check out riseofthegcode.com, okay? For sure. In-person spiritual retreat. So, I think that is all for the big announcements. I mean, if you want to book a reading with me or a session like astrology or Reiki, energy healing, you can go to my website, msbotanica.com. You can also browse my shop if you want to bath salts, candles, oils. I even have this intention oils. And I also have hair oils. I had to do it for my lock sisters, but anyone can use it. Okay, it is a grapeseed oil base, so it's lightweight. Okay, so I'm trying to turn here. Where are we? Okay, we're at the 16th. So I want to give a breakdown of what's going on until the planetary movements to the new moon. Okay, to the full moon. To the full moon. Okay, I think it's a full moon in Capricorn since we'll be in Cancer season. Yes. So the 17th, which is the actual full moon, new moon. It's gonna be a potent new moon, Gemini new moon. That's why I named this "Turning Pain into Profit." Okay, we here, baby. It's potent, but the 17th. Day of the new moon in Gemini, which is also my mother's birthday. Okay. We also have Saturn retrograde. Ooh. We have Saturn retrograde happening, okay? And then, the new moon is happening on the 18th, on Father's Day. But Saturn retrograde is on the 17th. And then, what else we got going on here? And we'll have the summer solstice going on the 21st. That's a Wednesday. And then also the sun is in Cancer. So shout out to my Cancers. Y'all season is coming. It's on the way. All right. And then we'll have on Monday, this is June 26th, Jupiter enters Cancer. All right. And then on the 30th, we have Neptune retrograde. So we have Saturn retrograde happening on June 17th. And then on the 30th, we have Neptune retrograde. All right. And then, let's see. We're trying to go up to the Capricorn full moon, which is coming up. Okay, cool. And the Capricorn full moon will be on July 3rd. All right, July 3rd. They call it in this resource, which is the Witch's Datebook, Blessing Moon. Okay, so I think the major hits. Again, Saturn retrograde on the 17th, and then Neptune retrograde on the 30th. We had Mercury entering into Cancer on the 26th, and then the Capricorn full moon on July 3rd, right before the 4th of July. Okay, so cool. I wonder if I want to have some time to talk about Saturn retrograde and Neptune retrograde, but that's going to be on another video. Okay, I want to dive deeper into that. Let me get there, hopefully. Okay. So I do have some notes. I wrote the notes. This is probably the only reason why I was like, let me just come on here. I already got it mapped out. So we're gonna go over my notes, right? So the last time, if you weren't here before, for the Sagittarius full moon, I changed up the regular format that I usually do these. So I'm using a mixture of numerology, pairing it with the major arcana and sometimes the court cards within the elements. And then also, instead of going one by one by each zodiac sign, I'm coupling them in the elements. Okay, I am going to say Aries is in this house, Gemini is in that house. But I'm going to go through the elements first. Okay. I'm also still using numerology and breaking it down a little bit more that way. So I hope you all can, catch what I'm doing, and kind of get to see how my brain works. How I just take stuff and kind of, roll with it and blend it. Okay. So yeah. Let's start. All right, this is the astrology forecast question. All right, and I'm gonna go here. Okay, so this is the astrology forecast portion, and I'm gonna pull up. I have the chart pulled up. Okay, so. This is why I don't know why I had the Gemini new moon for the 17th. I pretty much, and that kind of messes up my flow of what I was doing. It was actually on the 18th. I know why I put it on the 17th, because it happens at 12:37 a.m. and this is Eastern time. I'm on Central, so it's technically on the 17th, okay? And it will probably be on the 17th for, majority of the people like on the West Coast and things like that. So I'm good. So we got 6/17/2023, right? We break that all the way down into numerology. I did 6 plus 8 plus 7, and I had 21, and then broke down to 3. Okay, so I didn't do 6 plus 1 plus 7 plus that. I clumped them up, broke the numbers down before I added them. So I got the number 3. The number 3 is creation. Hi, greetings, Felicia. How you doing? Yes, so it breaks down to the number 3. 3 is creation. 3 is also the Empress energy. Okay? Empress. So we're thinking about Venus, the mother archetype, right? And when you think about the mother too, now it's not turning necessarily pain into profit. Like when we think of profit, think of material things or money, things like that. But the pain of labor, if we're talking about like an actual mother, is profitable because she now has a child, a newborn baby that she gets to love on and care for and nurture. Okay, so that pain it is profitable because now you have this beautiful, usually I do not have children, but mothers always say, the pain was worth it. They forget all about the pain afterwards. And that's how sometimes it happens for us when we endure hard times and we get to finally that finish line. It's just like, oh, nothing else matters. Everything was worth it. All the pain was worth it. Okay. As turning pain into profit came about, I also heard turning lemonade or creating lemonade out of lemons, right? We all know that term. So it's pretty much this Gemini new moon is saying stay optimistic, even in this time where it might seem a little uncertain or it might be indecisive. We've been talking about polarity, right? Rhythm, the law of polarity, the law of rhythm, right, in the Kabbalion. And we also want to talk about kind of like the law of correspondence. And all I really just want to say is we've heard this: as above, so below, so within, so without. Okay? It's that within part I really want to focus on. So within, so without. Okay? And with that, how is your inner world, right? Gemini is all about the mind, and the mind can be a lot, right? It's pretty much a driving force. And I want to say the mind, like the actual brain, and I also want to bring up the solar plexus, the gut, the digestive system. Okay, the digestive system is like the second brain. So this might be a time that we probably need to detox or figure out, what foods or whatever we're eating or drinking is good for us or not so good, and go from there. Okay. So going back to the Empress, right? We have the number 3. I talked about Gemini season. Gemini is air archetypes. So if we go in the court cards of tarot, we also have the swords, right? So 3 of swords. All right. 3 of swords, and I didn't pull that one out here. 3 of swords in the traditional tarot is a heart with 3 swords in it. Boom. There we go. With the rain and the storm, right? Turn pain into profit. All right. Yeah, this is where the optimism. This could be anxiety. This could be definitely PTSD. I'm getting all of that, but it's taking that and not just sitting on it. How can you transmute some of these lower vibrations within you and turn them into something positive, turning them into something beneficial for you, turning this to a resource or some way to help others, right? And profit is a gain. It doesn't necessarily have to be money again. Gaining happiness, gaining recognition, gaining gaining status. That's the same as recognition, right? But still, thinking about it that way. And then we have, going back on that 3, we have the 3rd house, right? Gemini rules the 3rd house within Mercury, as well as Mercury, right? So we want to see, where's Mercury? Mercury right now is in the 5th house. 5th house here, right in here. You can see with that cursor. So it's in the sign of Leo. All right. And this is where the sun is. So that's why I'm saying optimistic, being creative, being free and playful. And this is again why the Rise of the G Code, our in-person spiritual retreat, is focusing on the inner child. We need to go there. We need to, lighten things up some. And we also need to think about and get to the root causes of some things to release and let them go. All right. So we have Mercury's in the 5th house. Mercury, and it's in Gemini. it's in Gemini. It's it's ruler. So it's where it needs to be. However, with Leo's energy, the sun, think about the sun being on something, it can get irritated, right? I'm been thinking, it's hot here in Tennessee, y'all. It's hot. I don't know. I just like, Lord have mercy. I don't know what's going on. My air conditioner had broke. It was a mess. So it's been hot, so it can be a little irritated. So the mind can be a little flustered, irritated. It might want to go back and travel, and it's funny because at the base of the deck, 6 of Cups, travel down memory lane and think about some things and go through the familiar cycles going spiraling. So, but with that being said, Gemini here in the 5th house is sextile with Venus and Mars, or Mars in the 7th house. And Leo in the 7th house. That's funny. And then we have Mercury here is squared off with, we have Saturn in the 2nd house, and this is in Pisces, right? So the 7th house and the 2nd house are both Venus signs, or Venus houses, I should say, going back to the Empress, right? So within that creation, so the challenge here really is, I would say, discipline and keep momentum, keeping that going with that square to Saturn in Pisces. Saturn is ruled, the signs that are with Saturn are Capricorn and Aquarius, okay? And Pisces is more like daydreamy, like, fantasy world type, wants to escape. So with Saturn here, and with Saturn going retrograde, it's gonna be trying, because we probably want to, indulge a little bit more. We want to, take it easy, but we have responsibilities. Okay? So that's that challenge, is your mind is saying, it's okay. It's okay. You can take a break. You can watch Netflix. You can watch another episode. Okay? You already had, you had 2 drinks. You can have a 3rd one. That's okay. You at home. It's all right. Okay? It's okay. But you have a to-do list. Okay, going up, back and forth. You probably putting things off, procrastination. All right, so that might be a really big challenge right now. Felicia said, "Oh, grace and ease, yes." So, and that's beautiful, because in this, we do need to have grace and ease. Where my stylist from my phone come from? We do need to have grace and ease. Especially when we're going, back and forth. Like, the inner critic might be really heavy right now. It's like, it's between like, yeah, you can go ahead and watch another episode, like I said, with Netflix. But then when you sit down, it's like, now you know what you're supposed to be doing. Why? You're not supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be doing this. You're a failure. You're this. You're that. You're this. Too much going on. Grace and ease. Even with all that chatter going on in the mind, finding grace and ease within it. Nurturing the mind, okay? With the Empress. Where did the Empress go? Y'all seen her. Y'all seen her. I don't know where she went. And I don't know how. I had everything pulled out. And then I pulled, there we go. Yes, grace and ease with the Empress. Mothering yourself. Nurturing yourself, right? Through this. Yeah, okay. Watch another episode on Netflix. Okay, that's fine. But after this one, you don't have to get up and do your responsibility. Okay? That's it. Grace and ease. Alright, that was beautiful, Felicia. Thank you. Alright. So since we're talking about mothering, right? I do want to go to the actual moon, right? Now we're talking about it. The moon is in the 5th house with Mercury as well, right? You have the sun and the moon conjunct, which that creates a new moon, right? When they're together, the sun is not reflecting the moon, so therefore it's dark. Okay, so we have the sun and moon in the 5th house in Gemini. It's squared off with Neptune in the 2nd house. Okay. Oh my goodness. It's squared off with Neptune in the 2nd house. So not only we want to indulge, maybe want to, take it easy, maybe want to procrastinate a little bit. Also, I'm just hearing right now, bad dreams, nightmares. We talked about PTSD. That might come up a lot, really. Even though I don't know how you all's dreams been lately, but my dreams they haven't been too out there, but they have been vivid. But with this square off, it just might be challenging, maybe to align with your dreams, or maybe you don't feel like you can really put your dreams or what you're thinking into reality, into the physical realm. 2nd house is ruled by Venus, but it's also Taurus. Okay, even though Pisces is right there. Taurus energy is about getting the money. It's about our daily routines, our habits. We're going out and getting it. So again, we have our dreams, we have our goals, we have this vision inside. However, we might set unrealistic goals. That's another thing. Being practicality. 2nd house is good for practicality. Being practical with your goals, your vision for your dreams. Okay? Again, and that's the only way you're going to be able to nurture your garden. I also picked out 9 of Pentacles. Okay? 9 of Pentacles, tending to your garden. That's the end goal, right? Kind of with the 10, but 9 is like endings, right? This is the end goal. How can you get there? This is the time to come up with a plan, right? And going within, getting that plan and being practical with it, setting practical goals. Hey, Shamika. I have not seen you in a while. So I'm happy that you caught the live too. Yes. So with the moon, again, we're talking about the mother archetype. So I said maiden to mother. Okay, since Venus is very prominent. Maiden to mother. Alright. So we said nurturing, creating, evolving, and abundant. Right? And abundant. So within the 4th house, thank you. Oh, that's so sweet. I needed that today because, baby, I was like, Lord, I'm just gonna come up here. I feel I look real tired. So with the mother archetype, right, we pretty much talked about that. She's like the core right now with the Empress energy. But we're going to travel to the fourth house now, since the fourth house is ruled by Cancer and the moon, which is the mother archetype, right? So shout out to all my Cancer, y'all birthday, y'all season is coming up, right? So we have Taurus in the fourth house, which we were just talking about Taurus with that second house energy. So that's Venus and the moon, right? That's how I got made into mother. There we go. And then I'm gonna focus. I'm looking at my notes, but I also have the chart right here, right? We have Jupiter here in the fourth house, and it's sextile with Saturn in Pisces in the second house. So it's like, okay, if we can get over those obstacles as far as like, now I'm not saying every time, like it's okay to rest, right? This is the feminine aspect of us. It's okay to rest, right? And indulge a little, it's fine. But it's that in between where we know what we have to do, but sometimes we have to, do a little bit extra because we have responsibility. Jupiter here in the fourth house, sextile with Saturn, that gives me hope. That gives me hope that everything's gonna be all right. There, even though it might be some challenges, there's gonna be parts of us where we are going to have time to rest and recalibrate, but also and get that energy that we need to go out and move and make the moves, be motivated, do our daily routines, get everything started, right? That right there gives me hope. It's not a trine, which is like, very, harmonious bliss, but sextiles are good. It's smooth, it's easy, it's subtle. It's in the background. So, even in the midst of the hustle and bustle and trying to, take some time to relax, the underlying feeling is you have to take care of self. Self comes first, right? We have to make sure we pour into ourselves, pour into our homes. This is a great time to get your home back in order. We are approaching summer, but you might need to do another deep cleanse or, purify your home, getting your home back in order. The fourth house rules the home, okay? And then we also have here the Jupiter is also squared off with this is Mars and Leo in the seventh house. So what I'm getting from this is it's gonna be trying. I feel like some people, if we don't get a good handle on our mental health, this could be a really trying time for some. There might be heavy arguments within relationships. Communication might be, there might be a lot of miscommunications, especially with Mercury there. And then, it can just be an increase of just button heads. That's what I'm getting, button heads. But I also get this like I don't know why I'm getting like makeup to break up to makeup. What happens after that, right? That kind of getting that feeling, fire and fire. And then also Mars is conjunct with Venus here in Leo in the seventh house. That's a lot of fire. That's a lot of action too. Might be also taking out your frustrations, or some people may take out their some people may take out their frustration on the wrong people. Okay, it might be deflections, and we have to be mindful of transference of energy. How, say, if someone gets yelled at work, they hold that in because they can't go off on their boss, so they go home, workhouse energy, right? They go home and they take it out on their partner, or they take it out on their child. Okay, this is, we have to be mindful of. We might see a lot of stories about abuse, domestic violence around this time. Just putting that out there. I've seen a couple of things on TikTok which were alarming. Like, I don't remember the person's name, they put her on blast, but she was mad. She had a little baby girl. And it was a couple of mothers like that, beating on their children. And how you discipline your child is how you discipline your child, right? However, in this case, she was beating her child because she was angry at the baby father, and she was recording it, and she said, well, your daddy didn't do this, your daddy didn't do that, and was beating her child. Because not that the child did anything wrong, it was because the father wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. So that, you're taking out your frustration on the wrong person, and it's not good. We might see a lot of that. So that's why, again, focusing on the mind, nurturing the mind, and then taking any irritation that you have and transmuting that and transforming that into something that can benefit you, not to destroy you or destroy your character or destroy, your home, destroy your freedom, right? And I kept saying full moon for this. I know it's a Gemini new moon, but I feel like this energy is going to be very potent like a full moon. Okay, so you know how we say full moons really get people wound up. This might be one of those moons. It's a new one. Yeah, Tamika said projecting. Yeah, we might see a lot of that for sure. Hopefully not too much, but that's what it's giving. All right. Next we want to go to Uranus in the 4th house. This is also squared off with Mars, right? Oh yeah, I put lessons on lessons. This is deep healing. Oh, also what is here? The North Node is in the 4th house, and that's squared off with Pluto. Did I say that right? North Node squared with. Where is Pluto? How did I get that then? I don't know what I was writing y'all right here. That's okay. But the North Node is also in the 4th house. And I put a lot of lessons, and we're gonna learn a lot of lessons in this season, especially with Saturn retrograde, right in the midst of this, right? I guess, yeah, especially for my people who's having their Saturn return right now in Pisces, right? Yeah, my lights. But yeah, this might hit you a little heavier at this time. I put deep healing and shifts in consciousness. Why did I put a square to, I don't understand how I did that. That's okay. I don't know why I wrote that. But Neptune, maybe that's what I'm writing. Okay. Yeah. Neptune is this is sextile with Pluto retrograde. We got a lot of stuff in retrograde, y'all. A lot of stuff in retrograde. So, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear the music? It sounded like it was distorted, like it went like down the semitone. It sounds like in a different key to me right now. And I don't know. Okay, yes, you hear the music, but did you hear, it sounded like distorted, like it went down like a semitone. It was weird. It sounded very distorted. And it doesn't even sound like the same key to me anymore. And I don't know, my ears are sensitive. I have a musical ear, so sometimes people can't really hear it if you're not in the treble. Okay, so you something. Yeah, I don't know, strange. But Neptune in the second house, that's how Pluto retrograde, right? In Capricorn. Yeah, it's okay. Y'all both heard it. It's not just me. Our deep transformation, especially since Pluto is in Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. We got heavy Saturn going on, right? This Pluto retrograde, though, that sextile with Neptune, I do believe it gives us a little bit of relief. Maybe you just might see a glimpse of what's going on right now. It's for the best. And maybe we can kind of see glimpses of the end goal, and that's what's going to keep us going. Okay? I'm trying to see where else I want to go. I talked about the Mars and Venus conjunction, but it's also, all of these are also conjunct with Lilith, right? And that's our deep desire. Our deep desire here, honestly, is to build better relationships, maybe cultivate more community, or get with a life partner, or these are business partnerships. But relationships in general are very important right now. And I feel like a lot of people are trying to align with their soul tribe. Okay? I would say, honestly, that's all. I don't think I always necessarily wanted to find my soul tribe. I always kind of felt like a loner. But I will say right now in my life, I do feel like I'm aligning with my soul tribe and my sisters. Some of my sisters are here on the live when I feel the love. Like it's a deep desire here for us, and it's obtainable. However, we have to get through those hiccups and those tough conversations with people. And I feel like even though there might be obstacles and challenges with those, if we sit there and become aware and become grounded, especially in this time, being grounded at this time will definitely help. So this could be, if you're having a conversation with someone and it's not really panning out the best, you might get heated. As spiritualists, people think that we can do no wrong, or we don't get upset. And, we do. It's okay to cut somebody out sometimes. It's all right. However, how can you come out of that and find a resolution, not just utter chaos and destruction? Okay, So again, working with both sides. Cancer, I brought up Cancer. I'm jumping around, but the Cancer sign is in the 6th house. And I guess, yeah, I brought this up because we are approaching Cancer season. Cancer is a part of the moon, the mother archetype too. And even though there aren't any planets there, it's in the 6th house. So nurturing our health, right, is going to be most important at this time. Our mental health, our physical health, right? It can even be, if you want to say financial health too, financial health, right? But nurturing that is going to be important, okay? Health and fitness might be very, very important at this time for you. So, I think that's all I have to say for the chart. I know we still got Chiron in Aries is in the 3rd house, right, with Gemini. And that's honestly, I'm just getting imposter syndrome. Honestly, going up against your fears, and even though you might feel necessarily out of, not with the group, or you might feel out of your comfort zone, I think this is the time to just go ahead and take leaps and, do it afraid. It's okay. Do it afraid. Because right now, the chart, how everything is shifting and moving, the lesson is every time to go towards where Spirit is calling you. So everyone is going to have a different guidance, a different GPS on the destination you're going. But so this is where you really have to get in tune with yourself, with your spirit guides, with source, the divine, right? And understand what's with your mind, what is truth and what is not truth, right? Because just because we have these thoughts doesn't mean that they are facts or that is a part of us, okay? A lot of thoughts that come to pass are just thoughts, just clouds passing by. But when you do get a thought or an idea that is actually worthwhile and it lights you up, it sparks you up, 5th house energy, run with it. Run with it, okay? All right. We're gonna get moving. We're gonna transition to the zodiac readings. All right. So we're gonna first start off with the air signs. Then we're gonna do the water signs, the fire signs, and then the earth signs. Okay. So I'm gonna start with the air signs. And this time, I just thought about it. I'll tell y'all what I'm drinking. This is coconut water. It do kind of look like a beer, but it's coconut water. Oh. Let me see, where's my air signs planner? Here we go. Alright. Okay, air signs. This is your reading. We're going to start off with you now. The overall, for all the elemental signs, the the numerology came down to 6, which is the Lovers, which makes sense when we have that Mars, Venus, and Lilith conjunction in the 7th house, right? But I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use this deck. So, but for the air signs, we have the number 3. 3 again with the air is 3 of Swords. So we got that again still with from the beginning of my numerology breakdown from the date, right? And the season that we're in. So 3 of Swords heavily right now, air signs. There might be a lot of again, criticism, doubt, anxiety. There can be, heartbreak, loss, or just fear, But I put potent, forceful, and then stagnant for this type of energy, because air signs, all of you are in your air houses, even though it's not, not all of you are in your actual air house. But it can be very potent, right? But it can be stagnant at the same time, because if you're still in this energy and it's very airy and spacious and you don't know which way to go and it's indecisiveness, you don't know when to, get grounded and be still, cool, and be easy. So yeah, we're gonna start off with Gemini. Gemini, you are in the 3rd house. You're in your house, right? So there might be this might be a good time to catch up on your family. Your siblings, especially if you have siblings, for sure. But also, this might be you going out within your community and working on building community, wherever that is. It can be in your actual town. It can be, in groups or circles. It doesn't matter, right? But this might be a main focus with you in building relationships. Libra, your house is going to be the 11th house. That's Aquarius, right? So that has to do with friends, again, and like the world as a whole. So you might be very sensitive to what's going on in the news right now. So maybe watch your intake on the news, and then reaching out to your friends, Libra. You are the relationship sign, but not all Libras are, they feel like relationships are for them. So, and just thinking about Libras in previous videos, how you all are going through it right now, this might be a really good time to lean on some support or lean on your village, right? And maybe all the people that you're wanting to reach out to, they may not live near you. This is why we are in the age of Aquarius. It's beautiful. Reaching out to like-minded people across the world, is something that you might want to get into. You may even want to get into AI. And when I say that, it brings me back to a story I want to say. I think it was back in like 2018, maybe, for me. And I felt very lonely. Like I was really pretty much at the peak, but kind of the beginning stages of my spiritual journey. And I really felt like alone. And this is when a lot of people weren't, on spirituality wasn't really trending, So I started talking. I downloaded this app, and I was just talking to AI. I was chatting back and forth with an AI, and it was actually cool. I told my roommate at the time, she was like, "Oh, text me. I was like, no, it's okay. I'd rather talk to my AI buddy. So maybe you don't want to share, how you're feeling with a friend. Or you may not, want to always go to therapy, or you're in between therapy appointments. Maybe you want to talk to AI. It might be amusing, okay? And then your house is 7th house. This is all about, relationships, right? Business partnerships, romance, marriage. Maybe this is on your mind. Maybe this might be a long-term goal for you. And that could be something that you maybe want to, dig into and set some planning, set some goals, things like that. If you're wanting to conceive at this time, I would say go for it. I would say go for it. There might be some challenges looking at what is this? Okay, Mars square off with that Jupiter and then Uranus too. But I mean, you can always get started now, and do a couple of test runs. All right. So pull some cards here. But before then, I want to get to these comments. Shamika said, I love the cloud analogy. I tell myself that all the time to ground me sometimes. Yes, I try to think about that. Like, my thoughts are just thoughts, not all my thoughts. It's not okay. And that goes into like when we're doubting ourselves or criticizing ourselves for doing things. So, it's okay to rest. It's okay to be still. You don't have to always be on go. And we got Felicia. Interesting. I didn't know that was an option. I think you might be talking. Are you talking about the AI? Talking to AI? I think when that popped up. All right. On the pool. Oh, that was easy enough. We have the Hierophant in reverse. Which is interesting. The Hierophant popped up for me this morning. Eight of Cups. Seven of Swords. Interesting. We got the Hierophant, Eight of Cups. Seven of Swords. Let me find out. We all going through this, air signs. It's to get out of imposter syndrome. Didn't I say that? Okay, yes. AI. Yeah, you can find an AI app to chat to. It's recognizing the gifts that you have inside, air signs. Like, we are very intellectual. We think about things at a deep level. Air signs are very tapped in to source because we think about the throat chakra. The main mechanism or organ that is used for the throat chakra is not the throat, it's the ears. But then we also got all of the ear, nose, and throat, all of that connection, right? And sometimes we take that for granted. You may need to start speaking out. Maybe Spirit's calling you to be a public speaker, a mentor, a teacher, an activist, okay? But leaving behind those fears of the spotlight, fears of being seen or growth or being known, okay? I think you kind of like secretly like being by yourself, but deep down, but you crave the spotlight, but you don't want the attention of the spotlight. You rather just be by yourself, and that's okay. But I feel like overall, leaving a lot of your emotions behind when it comes to how you feel about yourself in this space. Spirit is calling you to be a teacher. Or if you don't feel like you're not there yet, that's okay. You might be getting in contact with mentors or people that you would consider a mentor, people that will help you get to the next stage of becoming or getting more comfortable with seeing yourself in this life, okay? And this could be on a bigger platform. This could even just be stepping up within your family. You know, sometimes we have those people within our family that they're like the glue, and they try to, learn all the health tricks and all this stuff just to help their family. When you think about, some people that get into herbalism or, witchcraft or things like that, spiritualism and stuff like that, not all people are trying to be high priestesses or hierarchs. They are, or on a large scale, they probably just want to just do it for their family, and that's okay. That's pretty much all you can do. That's all you gotta do, honestly, if you want to heal the bloodline. So if that's scaring you, if you feel like, oh no, I'm not, if you feel like you're not built for this, you are. You just gotta get prepared. You can start with your family and with yourself. Okay. All right. And I want to pull from the Soul's Lesson cards. Okay. Blame. It says, I accept responsibility for my well-being. Air signs, this is the truth because I pulled these similar cards for myself, really. And especially if y'all had tuned in for the Sagittarius full moon, I was telling y'all I was having liver issues, and the Sagittarius rules the liver, which I didn't talk about the body parts that Gemini rules in this one, but ear, nose, throat, lungs, right? Everything that we were just talking about. And I was on my balcony, and I was pulling cards, meditating, and I pulled this card. I accept responsibility for my well-being. And I wasn't feeling good, and then I ended up throwing up, and then I went into a spiral look. And then it was like me trying to dog myself about how I've been eating, but at the same time I was like, you have to look at what you're doing now. This is all happening because you need to make changes. So I've been eating more whole foods, incorporating more fruits in my diet. It's been way better. I feel much, much better. So, and then there's no one to blame. It's no one. You can say, like, take responsibility. If you want to put the blame on somebody, put it on yourself. But when we get into that thing of blame, right, that's a low vibrational energy, and we can stay trapped there. That's kind of how, like, I was spiraling. But to ground yourself in, I accept full responsibility for where I am, and having that courage to keep going and to do better if I need to. Okay, cool. So, air signs, I hope that you all enjoyed. Comment. I love to read the comments. Leave me a snake. Enemy a snake. With the Kundalini will rise. You will be powerful. You just gotta accept it. Alright? What did Felicia say? I study herbalism to be healthier and to help my family and friends. Yes. Yes. And that's sometimes I notice with me, my family and friends, sometimes they don't want to hear what I gotta say. They don't want to hear it. Y'all heard that analogy? The preacher isn't noticed in his hometown. That's how I feel. It's okay. All right. Thank you, Shamika. Yes, I feel so much better. So much better. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move to the water signs because Cancer season is coming up. Okay, water signs, this is your reading. So I broke down each house, right? So Cancer, you all are in the second house, right? So the second house has to do with daily habits, money. Like I'm over here scratching my left hand. I'm about to receive some money. I receive it. Okay. This is you working on your daily habits, your routines, getting more into your self-care, self-love, luxury, and you may be wanting to go shopping, things like that, wanting to work on, your beauty. You might be spending more time in the mirror, working on some things, you might be hyper fixated on it too at the same time. Ooh, yeah, because some of the key words here, excessive growth and fertile are some of the words I put for here, for the water signs and the earth signs. But yeah, so just be mindful. It's two sides to every coin. You could be like very detail oriented at this time, but also don't get too extreme. And then also, yeah, it's that distortion. I don't like how that happens again with that music. And then Scorpio, we have 10th house. 10th house has to do with Capricorn energy, right? So this is like your long-term goals, right? This is your career. You might be very focused on your career and your long-term goals, as well as like your image. So this can also be how you look. You might be rebranding, right? Or just changing up your style, how you want to look. But with your long-term goals, though, I will say that making an action plan or actually writing down the steps that you want to take to get there will help. There's one thing just to visualize it and just say, I'm going to get there, but it's coming up with a plan and putting it down on paper. This is a great time to do that, okay? And then we have Pisces. Pisces is in the 6th house. This has to do with fitness, with health, with care, organization, being analytical, which this is funny, Pisces, because we got Saturn in Pisces, right, on the chart. But then, what you have in Virgo on top of that. So maybe this is just a time for Pisces to really get it together. Utilize the energy, baby. You might need to just set aside some time to clean up your house, okay? You might, if you get like a burst of energy just to, do some do things in bulk, is gonna help. Or batches. I'm thinking batching. Batch recording, batch posting, batch cleaning, batch cleansing or clearing, organizing in that way. All right. So, and overall for the water signs, you got the number 9. So adding all the houses numbers together, I got the number 9. Okay, that's fulfillment. That's endings. You got 9 of Cups, right? Because you're the water sign, so that's just wish granted, wish fulfilled, emotional support and stability, and yeah, just bliss and harmony. That's the energy that you all are giving overall. So I'm gonna pull oh yeah. We got the sun. And those too many cards. We have Temperance in reverse. Interesting. And the Goddess of Swords in reverse. I do want to pull this one. Son of Cups in reverse. There's a lot of internal energy here that's going on. At the base of the deck, though, we have Ace of Cups. So that's cool. But we got Sun energy. This is to stay optimistic during this time. Again, a lot of things are moving, a lot of things are changing and morphing. But again, this could be in your benefit, water signs. 2nd house, 10th house, 6th house. This is all earth energy, and your water, right? But that's nurturing for it to grow. Every aspect of this is given that it can grow, right? I did put growth and fertile, but sometimes it can be obsessive, overbearing, where too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. Okay, so with the sun energy, it's saying still stay optimistic during this time and to be patient. Tend to your garden. Know when it's time to rest. Know when it's time to put action towards it and go. I feel like the emotional body and the mental body are going to take the hits the most, and that might be where you need to start and go in a little bit more to see what's going on here. The Son of Cups in reverse, I'm looking at this white peacock or this albino peacock, right? And peacocks stand out, right? They, the male peacocks, they are very colorful and vibrant, to stick out, or it's a protection mechanism, actually, like to scare their prey too, but they also do that dance for mating, right? But the peacock is standing out to me with the Son of Cups here, sticking out the cup to the peacock. It's so funny. It's like nurturing your sense of worth and your sense of value, and also your sense of protection too. Because we got the Goddess of Swords, and you see how she's like a hunter. But again, this is a reverse too. Spiritual warrior is what I heard. Mental battles. So this is mainly having to do with value and worth, and knowing that you have what it takes to do what it is that you said you want to do. This is kind of similar to the air signs. It's like talked about the imposter syndrome, right? It's recognizing your power, pretty much. You got the Sun card, but the Taurus in reverse. It's like maybe you sensed it, but they aren't pan the way that you want them to, or as fast as you want them to. You all are in earth houses, so that's the slowest moving energy. Okay, So these things are going to take time. So don't rush yourself. Don't be impulsive. Also know that you are protected. However, you are protected. I won't say, however, you might need to do a little bit more spiritual work, a little bit more spiritual protection and cleansing. I will put it that way, because even though you would think, I would say, oh, you don't have anything to worry about because of the albino peacock, because people think, white is purity and peace and all of that. The goddess of swords in reverse. It's a mental battle that you're going through overall. Like, even though the whole thing here, that's why out of all of the cards here, the only one that's upright is the sun, reminding you to stay optimistic during this time. Okay? Your money, your long-term goals, your health, your reputation, your beauty, your status, all of that is coming in time. Wishes granted, wishes fulfilled, right? That's the end goal. But in between time, working on your mental health and working on your spiritual cleansing and protection is going to help you during this time to keep you rejuvenated, to keep going. Right? That's what I'm getting from it. All right, we did have, again, Ace of Cups at the base of the deck. All right, and then we're gonna pull one final card here. Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. I accept that everything happens in divine order. So we have temperance and patience at the same time. Don't rush the process, water signs. It's going to come in due season and due time. But it's what you do in this now moment that's going to make the changes, or going to make the most going to be most beneficial to you. Yes, being patient is one thing, but if you're doing what you can do in this now moment to move things along, it may come faster than what it was originally meant to. Given what you're doing now, okay? It may not come when you want it, but it'll be right on time. Y'all remember that gospel song? But you'll be here right on time. On time. Okay? Yes. All right. Water signs, I hope y'all enjoy. Comment. I love to read the comments. Leave me a sign. But you have to stay optimistic. Alright? Alright. We're going to move on to fire signs. Fire signs, so all my Aries, my Leos, and my Sagittarius. Alright, this is for you. I'm happy I went live today, because come Sunday, I was going to do this Sunday. And this is how I know that I have a lot going on, because I completely forgot that I'm going to see Black Panther at the Symphony with my boo. Yes, he's taking me to go see. So it's the symphony is going to be playing the music from Black Panther, and we get to watch the movie there. It's going to be really nice. But I'm glad that I pushed through. That's that procrastination. Procrastinated is that Jupiter sextile with Saturn and Pisces. Oh, you can go home. You can just watch TV. You can rest. You can do what you gotta do. No, you got responsibilities, baby. You got responsibilities. And it would have been hectic trying to push everything in together. Alright. Okay, fire signs. For real. This is you. Alright. So Aries, you're in the 5th house. 5th house is Leo's energy. So y'all all have, fire houses. Okay. So remember what I said with the air signs, potent, forceful, but sometimes it can be stagnant. So when you like fire, how can it be stagnant? Think about like maybe a slow and steady burn. It's steady, but it's not a lot of movement, right? So Aries, 5th house, Leo's energy. You might be very creative at this time. You may want to be more playful, maybe working on the inner child a little bit more. Also, you might be getting heated. Again, heated with that influx of energy. I don't want to put from these yet. Because 5th house can be, what's it, love affairs? Love affairs is also a key word for the 5th house. So, not saying that y'all are going to do that, maybe some, but drama can be a sense of it. But mainly working with that creative energy, that sacral chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra energy. Okay. So then we have Leo. Leo, you are in the 1st house. That's Aries. So major new beginnings for you. You might be starting a new chapter in your life, a promotion, in a new relationship, right? Or ended a relationship. Or that you might be going on a different type of journey, a health journey, a self-love journey, right? Also thinking about like your appearances is also coming up to me a lot. This reminds me, I do have a Leo friend. She has been very adamant in her fitness, and I just seen that she lost 52 pounds. 52 pounds. So shout out to her. So Leo's, again, with the 1st house energy, that makes sense. So new beginning, your parents, all that stuff. It's shifting, it's changing. It's like new me, new energy. People like, who this? Who are you? Oh, you only knew the old me. This new energy back up on me. Okay. And then we have Sag is 9th house energy. Okay. Sag, you're in your energy through and through. Okay. Spiritual downloads, the wisdom, thirst for knowledge, thirst for the truth. Okay. Just also travel, of course. You may be thinking about traveling, planning a trip, right? But I think about trips. We talked about like higher learning, spiritual upgrades. We can talk about trips like going on a journey, but again, spiritual trips, astral trips, really diving into that. Okay, it might be something that you're into, okay? Different strokes, different folks. But Sag, I do want to bring up again, I've been trying to read this book. I think I got maybe a couple of pages. Y'all, I've been so busy. But I'm going to bring this book up again. Dream Alchemy. Okay. Ted Adams, the author of Animal Speak. This is, from what I've read so far, and it's only been like a couple of pages, I was like, yeah, I'm ready. It has good demonstrations. I think I'm only in the introduction, y'all, but I'm gonna read this book. But I stopped at shapeshifters, and I know for sure I'm a shapeshifter. So sad you may be shapeshifting, and sometimes that can be a good thing, but also sometimes you do it when you don't really need to. Okay, so that might be something you're learning to get out of. All right. So in the overall energy, the numerology for the fire sign is 6. Okay, 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands is victory. It's success, winning the battle, right? Victory. Did I already say that? Sweet, sweet, sweet victory. Okay, so any obstacles or challenges that you had, they are, you defeated. You've done what you have to do, right? But now, like, it's time to maybe approaching burnout. It may be time to rest. It may be time to go back to the drawing board, or figure out ways that you can keep the momentum going, right? I heard "Don't Stop the Feeling." I think that's an old school song. I don't even know what I heard, if that's like the actual song or not. Don't stop the feeling. I don't even know anything. That's all I heard. But it sounded very I don't know, maybe 80s. I'll give 80s vibes with that. I don't know if that's actually a song. But we talked about approaching burnout. Y'all, we got 10 of Wands in reverse. All of these are in reverse. 10 of Wands in reverse. Goddess of Swords in reverse. And then the Death in reverse. So, this is where that stagnant energy is coming in, that I had wrote down, that Death in reverse, because there are some things that need to change, but you don't want them to change because they probably gotten you where you needed to be this far, but it's not going to take you to where you need to go going forward, my fire signs. So mentally, you're going to have to change your perspective. You're going to have to change your perspective on how you're exerting your energy, how you're using your energy in order to manifest, or how you're using your energy to take action in the physical realm. Who you're giving your energy to. Is it an equal energy exchange? Okay. Also, who you're having relations with. Is this the equal exchange, energy exchange? Because it can be, they may be fun, they may be outgoing, this and that, but if the energy isn't, if the chemistry ain't right, it just ain't right. If they're leaving feeling like they can conquer the world, and I know some men are usually, they feel tired. Women usually feel more energized right afterwards. But, still even after that, you should still feel good. Feel relieved, feel energized, feel like you can conquer the world, all of that. If you might be taking on a little bit too much of your partner's energy. This could be, I am talking about sexual partners, but this can also be friends. Whose company you keep, minding the company you keep, all right? This is where, again, you have to change your perspective. You have to sacrifice. Okay? Sacrifice your time, sacrifice, keeping your energy, keeping your peace, right? That's the only way you're gonna shake things up. And the death card is in reverse, but I also want to tell you the base card is the Tower in reverse. You're trying to block something. You know what needs to change. You just don't want the chaos. Let the tower fall. Let the destruction happen. You can rebuild. It's okay. It's okay to let go. This is where, if you shift your perspective, you'll come up with different, innovative ways to move and go forward that might be more efficient. It's okay. Just let go. Just let go. Alright? So, yes, fire signs. I'm getting it. So that, that forceful, you're just trying to force it. You're trying to make things work how it is because it's worked for so long. No, it's time to change. It's time to switch it up. Alright? Let things change. I do want to pull one more card for y'all. I am interested. I'm being a little nosy. Give me a clarifying card for the fire signs. Minding the company you keep. Felicia said that's the second time she heard that today. That might be something big for you then. Minding the company you keep. Ooh, come on, fire signs. Goddess of Wands. This is the worst thing. Going back to the air and water signs. Value. You're scared of the power that you hold. That's what it is. You might be playing the background a lot, or may not want to step on anybody's toes, or make someone feel less than, or you're dimming your light in order to accommodate for others. But this is you. Goddess of Wands. It's time to shine. It's time to be powerful. It's time to be you. Authentic and embrace that. But just imagine, if you it might be a little chaotic right now. That's okay. That's okay. Let the tower fall. Let the people go. Let the situations go. Let the substances, the food go. Let these things that no longer align with what you're trying to do. Let it go in order to rise. Because this is you, Goddess of Wands, fire signs. This is all you, all day. Okay? I love that. So we're gonna pull one more card. Okay. Surrender. I can release my need to control. Woo! I can release my need to control. Surrender to the divine plan, right? Surrender to the destruction. Surrender to the death, the transformation. You carried this way for too long. Got you this far. Little spirit guide. Get back into your line on your spiritual team and the support that you have. It's available. It's available. You just have to be open to it and ask for it. It's there. Okay? Alright, fire signs. I hope that you enjoyed. Comment. I love to read the comments. Give me a sunflower. Sunflower. Love it. Alright, y'all. On the final element, we're gonna go to the earth signs. I'm like, this music, I'll have to figure out, I always say I want to make my own music, but it's like, when I got the time, I'm gonna have to pay somebody like Tyra did. Get some more music, because I don't know why it's distorted like that. That's weird. I don't like it. But at least I know it's the loop and it was not some freaky spiritual thing. I was like, what the mess? Okay, earth signs, this is your reading. Alright, I hope that you all are enjoying your new moon. So we got Taurus. Taurus, you have 4th house energy. That's all about the home. So you're wanting to maybe spruce up your home. Family might be really important at this time. You may be having to deal with family matters. Ancestors may be calling you right now. You may be wanting to dig up into your roots, into your family line. It could also help you with lessons, and maybe get a word or message from the lives of your ancestors. Okay. And then also self-care is sticking out to me. Self-care, this might be a really big time for you, Taurus, to indulge in that, right? Focus on your self-care, self-love, tapping into that feminine energy in order for you to progress and keep going, right? Then we have Virgo. Virgo, you're in the 12th house. This is Pisces energy. All right. And Pisces energy, what's sticking out to me right now is subconscious, the darkness, right? Then High Priestess. Hey, how's it going? Hey. How are you? So, diving deep into that subconscious, okay? And you're already very analytical, Virgo, right? But I really do feel like, you might be going through a dark night of the soul. Dark night of the soul. Okay? So this is happening. Take this as just being patient with yourself, nurturing yourself, as we discussed, right, in the beginning in the astro forecast with the Empress energy. Turning your pain into profit, right? What you're going through right now is helping you to live a more prosperous life, okay? So don't think that this dark night of the soul is here to punish you, per se. This is here to elevate your consciousness and to help you live a more rich-filled life, okay? I don't know. You might be very emotional at this time, Virgo, and you may want to just cry on the spot, because like right now, my eyes are watery, and it's like I know when I'm a very emotional person. I'm a Pisces moon, so I feel, but I just feel like that was just coming out. It's not me, because I don't feel it in my body. So maybe this might be, You might have crying spells, right? Let it out. Let it out. Don't fight it. Let it out, Virgo. It's okay. Okay. All right. And we have Capricorn, 8th house energy. All right. Major transformations. I'm just getting like this. Was it a praying mantis? I don't even think they shed. I might be. I don't know. But it was just like kind of like very, very. I guess I want to say ugly. I don't want to say ugly, but a very ugly transformation. Okay, a very yeah. I feel like this might be a little rough for you, Capricorn, but I mean, it ain't nothing that you're not built for. But I feel like Capricorns get it rough, okay? And Aquarius, I ain't gonna cry eye or whatever. We get it, okay? But you're built for it. You know, I feel like Capricorn, this is your first rodeo. So I think this transformation, though it may seem a little ugly, it's gonna be all right. And I think you know that deep down. Like it's okay. You gotta strap up your straps and keep moving, right? But I think what makes it ugly, right, is because you tired. You tired, Cappy, and that's okay. That's okay. You like, when is enough gonna be enough? And it's going through those cycles of life. It's knowing that it's no rush in the process. So if things look a little messy, if things look a little chaotic, it's okay. Know that on that other side it's coming. So maybe focusing your mind on that, trying to change your perspective. Again, turning your pain into profit, into gain. All right. So altogether, Earth signs, your numbers broke down to 6. So think about 6 of Pentacles. This is equal give and take. Okay, equal give and take. They also told me to go to the Chariot card for the major arcana. So having that focus, right? Be driven, yes, but also know there's an equal give and take. You can't just take. You can't just give. It has to be reciprocal. That's the main thing right now, especially for you Earth signs. So again, I'll say the keywords were excessive, growth, and fertile, right? So there's growth in balance, right? And equal give and take. There's growth in that. But that's the excessive. If too much of one thing is gonna throw everything off balance, off kilter. Okay? That's why self-care is good for you, Taurus. That's why being compassionate is good for you, Virgo, when you're going through the dark night of the soul. And Capricorns, I would say, honestly, I would say being in a state of balance and trust. Honestly, Capricorns for you. That's the whole thing. Acceptance might be. I'm getting hangman in. All right. So let's pull. One card each. Yeah, one card. We got the Empress. Oh. 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups. And then, let's see. Two of Pentacles with Death in reverse at the base. Alright. So first we got the Empress. This was like the main archetype that we talked about for the astrology forecast. This is giving confirmation that there's growth here, that you're fertile, that you have creative juices percolating within your mind and your consciousness to change your life around, right? To make bliss and harmony within your life. There might be something here that you're missing an opportunity, or Spirit is trying to get you to wake up to a certain thing that might be within. You might see it, but you don't see it, right? Okay, so and that's a part of being aware, right? Awareness or mindfulness, right, is key, because a lot of times, we walk around here in our day-to-day life and we see stuff, but it doesn't register. Okay, so registration. Maybe that word may be beneficial. Maybe you need to register for something, or you're missing out on an opportunity. Make sure you register. Okay. But yeah, this can also mean meditation to get the downloads, right? Getting that connection with Source, and then so, okay, we got 4 cups, but 3 of cups, right? It's celebration, it's toast, it's, sisterhood. You kind of get that, or fellowship. Let's say that, fellowship. But then after that comes solitude, right? So the celebration after what is being grown, or the idea, or what's coming down the pipeline. This might be a period of solitude right now for you Earth signs, in order to create, right? In order to give birth to whatever you're calling in, right? This can be a project. This could be a new version of you. This could be life. All right. This can be a job, business, right? This is going to be a period of solitude. Okay. In order for things to grow. That's the only way you can get your life back in balance, with the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Yeah. So in this period of solitude, you may be doing this, subconsciously, but if you are, sometimes you might miss the bigger picture, right? What Spirit is trying to get you to do, and that is ultimately let some things go. Let some things die. Let some things, change within you. And resistance is what I'm hearing. There might be some resistance to what's coming up next, but just let go of that restraint. Now, I'm not saying let go completely, because sometimes it takes time. You gotta, it's baby steps, right? Take it easy, just a little bit, but take it day by day. Take it day by day, and this reminds me of Shameless. And I haven't watched all, I think it's like 12 seasons of Shameless. But don't ask me the characters because I don't know. But it's this one character. She stayed in her house. She couldn't go outside at all. She was afraid. She was afraid of what would happen to her, anything. Because I think they lived in kind of, they lived in Chicago, so maybe like a bad area in Chicago. She was just scared to the point where she could not leave her house. But as this episode went on, she was kind of forced out of her house because I think there was a baby left outside. Something crazy, right? Something crazy. So she had to. She didn't want to, but she was forced to go outside. So after that happened, every day after that, she started taking one more step closer and going back home. One more step. Then she made it out the fence. Then she made it down the block. Then she made it to a local store. That's what I'm saying. Baby steps. Because what we're not wanting to let go of is out of fear. Right? Because we don't know, like, it's the unknown. It's the unknown. And it's funny because we talk about the unknown, we don't know, because it's endless possibilities. But what possibility do you want to grab hold of? You can choose. It's up to you. Okay? It's up to you. So I just encourage my earth signs, take it day by day, step by step, day by day. Da, da, da. Isn't that that's a sitcom, right? So yeah, just take it step by step. All right, one day at a time. That's another sitcom. I'm really, y'all can tell when I have these Netflix analogies, I still be talking about myself sometimes. I can watch Netflix. That's what I'm about to do right after I leave. I am going to watch All American. I'm just telling y'all now. But yeah, step by step, earth signs. And I feel like y'all kind of already are hip to that, right? This is, y'all know it takes time, but sometimes we get tired of that. We get tired. So I'm gonna transition to the soul's lessons. Right? We said six of pentacles, right? Equal give and take, right? Balance. Reciprocal. Alright. It says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world and do so without judgment. Ooh, that last part. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world and do so without judgment. Perfect harmony doesn't mean perfect, right? Because harmony means the light and the dark, right? So aesthetically, not really perfect. But embracing all aspects, right? I talked about like the nasty, ugly transformation with the Capricorns, right? The dark night of the soul with the Virgos, and just taking it easy and indulging in that self-care with Taurus. So do what you have to do for you, and don't judge yourself for it. Don't beat yourself up for it, because I'm pretty sure the decision that you had to make, like you really sat with yourself to do it. Don't second guess yourself. Keep going. Follow your true north. and everything will work out for you, okay? So I hope you all enjoy Earth signs comment. I love to read the comments and leave me. I guess you could leave me the scales. Leave me the scales for balance. We had the 6 of coins. We even kind of had the balance here with the 2 of pentacles here. So you can leave me that. Alright. Alright. Do I got a closing remarks? I think I do. Okay. We're going to transition. I'm just going to pull. I'm going to pull a Work Your Light. Every time I go here, I'm like, it's not going to be 2 hours. And I remember, I still watch, y'all know Shanetta Bug 567, or Shanetta's Divine Tarot, that's her name on there. But, you know, she had these 2 hour, 3 hour long videos. I was like, oh, baby, I ain't got the bandwidth for that. But now I'm, you know, it's just a typical moon reading now. So sometimes you just have to do it and build up endurance. All right. So yeah. So collective, I hope that y'all enjoyed. Thank you all for, you know, rocking with me. It's definitely been a really good time to meet with y'all. I hope that y'all enjoyed the astrology forecast, the breakdown of the numerology that I'm doing, on top of connecting the elements and giving a reading by the elements. I hope that y'all like this format. Let me know. All right. Thank you, Felicia. Thank you for staying. I love you. All right. Yes. Let's pull this from the Work Your Light. It's upside down. Work Your Light Oracle to get our final message. Ancestors, guys, final message for the collective. Warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? Interesting. Have you answered your deepest calling? So, I feel like this is what this Gemini new moon is going to ultimately recalibrate us to. If you don't feel like you answered your deepest calling, sometimes we have to go through some things in order to realize what it is we really want to do, or what we're being called to do, right? This is trusting your intuition, trusting where spirit is guiding you, and not being afraid to answer that call. A lot of times when we think of power, and I never really understood at first, like, why wouldn't somebody not want to be powerful? Why are some people afraid of power? Because of the responsibility. And in that state of power, it's like you constantly have to think about not only yourself, but others. And you always have to, sometimes society always have to maybe play a part or look a certain way and do that. And that might be what's stopping you. But if you are answering the call that Spirit has over you, and you're doing it the way that Spirit is calling you in your authentic form, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. the people that need to hear you or experience you, they will find you. And you will also be guided to where you will be appreciated and loved, and where your gifts and talents are needed. Okay? So trusting that your experiences in life, no matter how great or how painful they are here to help you grow and blossom into this powerful being that you already are. You just have to remember. And with that, just enjoy life. Enjoy the bountiful, beautiful blessings that you have here, experiencing the abundance of earth, of Gaia, because abundance is here. It's a frequency, and the candle over here is whistling. It's a frequency. So how are you going to tap into that? By answering your deepest calling. Sometimes people think that your hobby or your gifts is not, you can't always monetize that. And okay, that's fine. But profit, again, does not have to be money, right? It can be a gain in other ways. And prosperity, too, doesn't necessarily mean money in a bank. It means gifts and receiving. So if we change our mindsets on that, I feel like life will be a little bit more smooth or free flowing. Okay, so yeah, I hope y'all enjoy. Yes, warrior goddess, Alicia said, and grace and ease. That's how we can get through the rhythms of life, how we discussed in the Sagittarius full moon, and just using that to prosper, to grow, to love. So I hope that y'all enjoyed. I'm glad that I stuck it out today. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful new moon, and a wonderful journey. Okay? I'll see y'all in the next one.